Good afternoon, class. I am Katie Witten, and today I'm going to be focusing on the Freedom Trail. The Freedom Trail is a trail that is about 2.5 miles and goes throughout Boston. It has 16 historical sites along the trail, and I want to talk specifically about one of the sites on the trail, which is the Bunker Hill Monument. Now, the Bunker Hill Monument is not actually on top of Bunkers Hill. It is located on top of Breeds Hill, and Breeds Hill is located north of Boston and the Boston Harbor, right outside of Charlestown. Breeds Hill is a smaller hill than Bunkers Hill. It is located closer to the Boston Harbor rather than being closer to the mainland. There's a lot of misconception about the Battle of Bunkers Hill since it was fought on Breeds Hill. And to have a greater understanding about it, we need to talk about the history of Bunkers Hill. The British general Thomas Gage and other British commanders decided to claim the hills to the north and south of Boston and launch the final crushing blows to the rebellion. In Charles Adams' book, Studies of Military and Diplomatic, 1775 to 1865, he states, "The news of the British plan leaked out, and Colonel William Prescott was ordered to march across Charlestown Neck to occupy Bunker Hill. In the darkness of night, General William Prescott led his men over Bunkers Hill to Breeds Hill, where they began to construct fortifications." William Fowler, history professor at Northeast University, explained the events of Bunkers Hill. At daybreak, the British ships in the harbor noticed the new fortification. They could not allow the Patriots to control the hill. The British decided to cross the river and take back the hill. General Gage assembled the troops and waged an attack on the Patriots. On June 17, 1775, the Battle of Bunker Hill began. The British troops formed and advanced up the hill towards the militia. The hill worked in the Patriots' favor as the hay was high and the British could not see holes or rocks in their way. The Patriot army was ordered to hold their fire until the attackers were 50 yards or less. The American militia were limited on ammunition and had to make every shot count. Sidney Fisher, in The True History of American Revolution, describes the battle. Whole British ranks were cut down to a man. The survivors hesitated and then turned down the hill like frightened sheep, to halt at the bottom and stare back at their comrades struggling and dying on the grass. An American officer wrote, "The dead lay as thick as sheep in a fold." The British troops reformed and launched a second attack. The second attack was unsuccessful as well. The British retreated once again, reformed, and launched a third attack. This attack was successful, for the Patriot militia had run out of ammunition. "The American firing sputtered and went out like an old candle," wrote William Prescott. The British would win this battle, and the Patriot troops retreated back to Charlestown. The Battle of Bunkers Hill was an important Revolutionary War battle. The devotion of the Patriot Army during the battle left an impression on the British Army. The British Army was one of the best, well-trained armies in Europe, and they felt that the Patriot militia was unorganized, was raw, and they were cowards. While the Patriots did not win at the Battle of Bunkers Hill, they did prove to the British that they were a force to be reckoned with. They proved that battle encouraged many Americans that they could indeed be successful in beating the British. The Bunker Hill Monument will provide those that visit the military history behind the Battle of Bunker Hill. Americans will be able to experience the terrain that the Patriots and the British faced during the battle. There are ranger-led tours available for those that visit. While the theme surrounding Bunker Hill Monument is a military history, the battle also represents the patriotism of the colonists. Adams, in his book Military and Diplomatic, 1775 to 1876, discusses the luck of the American Patriots' advancements against the British. He states, "Under the exact conditions in which they found themselves, they had chanced on the right man in the right place, and it was one chance in 1,000. Adams refers to these positive advancements by the Patriots as luck. However, he does not take into account God's plan. Abigail Adams, during the Battle of Bunker Hill, wrote a letter to her husband. In that letter, she states, "The race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, but the God of Israel is he that gives strength and power unto his people. Trust in him at all times, you people. Pour out your hearts before him. God is a refuge for us." I believe Abigail Adams sums up the Revolutionary War effort and the faith that the founding fathers and the patriots had in God and leading